The truth about the lost city of Atlantis. Have you ever wondered if a civilization so advanced, so powerful, that it threatened the world itself, really existed? Today, we uncover the shocking truth about the lost city of Atlantis. Chapter 1. The Origins of the Legend. The story of Atlantis begins over 2,000 years ago, in the writings of one of the greatest philosophers of all time, Plato. In 360 BCE, Plato penned two dialogues, Timaeus and Critias, which described a vast, glittering empire that once lay beyond the Pillars of Hercules, known today as the Strait of Gibraltar. According to Plato, Atlantis was larger than Libya and Asia combined. Its people were wealthy beyond imagination, possessing advanced technology, powerful armies, and a culture of immense sophistication. But Plato's account wasn't simply an adventure tale. He claimed that Atlantis had waged war against the known world, and in the end, was punished by the gods. In a single day and night of misfortune, Atlantis sank beneath the waves, disappearing forever. For centuries, scholars have debated whether Plato's story was an allegory, a cautionary tale about hubris and moral decay, or a memory of a real place that once flourished and fell. But what if Atlantis was more than myth? What if fragments of this lost civilization survived hidden in plain sight? The clues hidden in ancient texts find the truth about Atlantis. We must first understand how the legend spread. In ancient Egypt, priests spoke of a vast island nation destroyed by catastrophic floods. Greek historians such as Diodorus Siculus and Strabo hinted at lands beyond the Atlantic Ocean, lands that may have inspired Plato's account. Even the Bible contains echoes of a flood that swept away entire civilizations, leading some to speculate that Atlantis was an amalgamation of real disasters passed down through generations. But the clues didn't end there. Maps from the Middle Ages and the Renaissance, like the Piri-Reis map and the Rontius Phineas map, showed landmasses in the Atlantic Ocean that should not have been known to cartographers at the time. Could these maps be evidence that ancient mariners knew of Atlantis, or at least remnants of it long before modern explorers ever crossed the seas? Some researchers believe so. The science of lost continent skeptics argue that no such place ever existed. But geology tells us the Earth is a dynamic, ever-changing planet. Over millions of years, continents drift, oceans rise, and cataclysmic events reshape the surface of the world. Consider this. During the last ice age, sea levels were nearly 400 feet lower. Entire regions that are now submerged were once dry land, populated by early humans. When the ice melted, coastlines vanished beneath the waves, erasing settlements forever. This process could have easily destroyed any evidence of an advanced civilization. In the Atlantic Ocean, scientists have discovered vast underwater plateaus, mountain ranges, and rifts like the Mid-Atlantic Ridge, some of which raise thousands of feet above the seafloor. Could these be the last remnants of a sunken continent? One particularly intriguing location is the Azores, an archipelago of volcanic islands that many Atlantis researchers believe could be the peaks of a drowned land. The search for Atlantis. The modern search for Atlantis has captivated explorers, scientists, and treasure hunters for centuries. In the 19th century, the famous scholar Ignatius Donnelly published Atlantis, the Antediluvian World, arguing that all ancient civilizations, Egyptian, Mesoamerican, and beyond, were descendants of Atlantis. Donnelly's work inspired a generation of adventurers. In the early 20th century, the British occultist Helena Blavatsky claimed she could channel the spirits of Atlanteans, describing an advanced race whose downfall came through pride and misuse of technology. During World War II, Nazi expeditions scoured the globe in search of evidence to support their belief in a master race descended from Atlantis. More recently, oceanographers and archaeologists have used sonar imaging, deep-sea submersibles, and satellite photography to hunt for clues. One team discovered mysterious structures of the coast of Bimini in the Bahamas, massive stone formations. Some believe could be remnants of ancient walls or roads, but others argue these formations are simply natural geological features. For every piece of evidence, there are skeptics ready to dismiss it. And yet, the allure of Atlantis refuses to fade. Theories that challenge history of Atlantis did exist. Where exactly was it located? Over the years, researchers have proposed dozens of theories. The Mediterranean theory. Some believe Atlantis was the Greek island of Santorini, also known as Thera, destroyed in a colossal volcanic eruption around 1600 BCE. The Caribbean theory. Others point to the Caribbean, where submerged structures and unusual stone alignments fuel speculation. The Antarctica theory. A controversial idea suggests that Antarctica was once temperate and home to an advanced civilization before a sudden pole shift buried it under ice. The South America theory. Some claim Atlantis was in the highlands of Bolivia, in a place known as the Altiplano. Each theory has its supporters and its critics, but what unites them all is the belief that our history is far older and more mysterious than we've been taught. Is it possible that Atlantis was not a single city, but a network of cultures, connected by trade and knowledge, that vanished in the wake of a global catastrophe? The evidence, some say, is waiting beneath our oceans. Archaeological mysteries. In recent decades, advances in underwater archaeology have revealed a startling truth. Human civilization is far older and more complex than we ever imagined. Consider the city of Dwarka, of the coast of India, ruins lying under more than 100 feet of water. According to ancient texts, this city was once ruled by Krishna himself, before it was swallowed by the sea. In Japan, the Yonaguni Monument, a series of enormous stone terraces and steps, has sparked fierce debate. Are they a natural formation, or the remnants of a civilization lost to rising seas? In the Mediterranean, researchers have discovered entire Bronze Age settlements now lying beneath the waves, evidence of sudden floods and earthquakes that wiped them from history. These sites remind us that much of our past is hidden under the ocean floor. If these cities could vanish, why not Atlantis? Atlantis in popular culture more than perhaps any other legend. Atlantis has embedded itself deep in our imagination. In the 19th and 20th centuries, authors and artists turned Atlantis into a symbol of both wonder and hubris. Jules Verne described lost civilizations in 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. H.P. Lovecraft hinted at ancient, human races hidden beneath the waves. Comic books from DC and Marvel reimagined Atlantis as the realm of Aquaman and Namor. Films and documentaries have kept the story alive, each adding new twists, advanced technologies, crystal power sources, secret survivors of a once great empire. But while Hollywood has turned Atlantis into fantasy, researchers continue to look for real evidence. The line between myth and history is not always as clear as we think. Could Atlantis have been real? Let's step back from the legends and ask a simple question. Could Atlantis have existed in some form? Modern scholars suggest that Plato's story might have been a mixture of fact and fiction, a retelling of older tales, combined with his own philosophy about ideal societies. Many believe the eruption of Thera, one of the largest volcanic events in recorded history, could have inspired Plato's tale. Around 1600 BCE, the volcano exploded, obliterating much of the island, sending tsunamis across the Aegean and weakening the Minoan civilization on nearby Crete. Archaeologists have uncovered entire towns preserved under ash streets, pottery, multi-story buildings. To the ancient Greeks, this sudden destruction must have seemed like divine punishment. But others argue that Atlantis was far older, a memory passed down from the end of the last ice age, when rising seas flooded vast coastlines around the world. The question remains, is Atlantis a cautionary tale or the last echo of a civilization lost to time? Technologies of the ancient zone. Of the most intriguing claims about Atlantis is that it possessed technologies far beyond what we think possible in the ancient world. According to legend, Atlanteans had flying machines, crystal energy sources, and powerful weapons capable of leveling entire cities. Skeptics dismiss these stories as fantasy, but consider this: even today, we do not fully understand how the Egyptians moved and erected stones weighing hundreds of tons, or how ancient South American builders cut granite with such precision that not even a blade fits between the blocks. From the Antikythera mechanism, an ancient Greek device capable of complex astronomical calculations, to the advanced metallurgy of the Indus Valley civilization, there is ample evidence that early societies had knowledge we are only beginning to rediscover. Could Atlantis have been one of these cultures, its scientific achievements wiped away by catastrophe? If so, what else might have been lost beneath the waves? The search beneath the sea today, scientists and explorers use technologies that Plato could never have imagined. Sonar imaging, satellite scanning, deep-diving submersibles capable of mapping the ocean floor in incredible detail. Expeditions have combed the Azores, the Caribbean, the Mediterranean, and even Antarctica, searching for ruins that match Plato's descriptions. While no single discovery has ended the debate, tantalizing clues continue to surface. Off the coast of Spain, researchers have discovered submerged structures resembling canals and foundations. In the Bahamas, divers explore massive stone formations that some believe were once roads or harbor walls. And in the depths of the Atlantic, sonar scans have revealed vast plateaus and ridges, places where, in a different epoch, a civilization could have thrived. Piece by piece, the puzzle comes into focus. Why Atlantis still matters. Some might ask, why does the story of Atlantis still captivate us? Because Atlantis is not just a legend of the past, it's a mirror of ourselves. A civilization at the height of its power, brought low by its own arrogance. A warning that no empire, no matter how mighty, is immune to the forces of nature. And a reminder that our history is not as fixed or certain as we like to believe. If Atlantis existed, it means entire chapters of our story are missing, waiting to be discovered. And if it didn't, the myth still teaches us the dangers of hubris, the value of wisdom, and the fragility of civilization. As we continue to search, we uncover not only the past, but the truth about our own future.